Chapter 6: Pricing Strategies and Programs. Overview of pricing models and strategies. Pricing models and strategies are a critical part of product or service pricing. These strategies cater to the challenge of making products or services profitable alongside market competitiveness and customer perceptions. Key pricing models. Cost plus pricing. The name gives it away, really. It's a method that just adds the standard markup to the cost of production for the product. For example, if the price of production is $50 and the markup is 20%, this price would give back a selling price of $60. Value-based pricing. The prices are set as per the value a buyer perceives the price to have, and not with the cost of production. An example includes software companies that tend to price their products precisely on the value they bring to the end user, rather than on the cost of developing them. Penetration pricing. This means setting a low initial price as the price is raised later after a customer base and market share penetration have been achieved. The streaming companies do this with very short prices initially, moving them up after catching a good number of subscribers. Skimming pricing. High initial pricing with discounts along the way to accommodate more price-sensitive customers will be set. This kind of pricing for new technological gadgets usually starts with a high price and then decreases over time with the product becoming common. Psychological pricing. The technique is dependent on the psychological response it elicits. For instance, items could be priced just below a round number to make them seem cheaper at $9.99 than at $10. Factors that affect pricing decisions. Many factors have to be considered when deciding on prices so that it's attractive, taking into account the market circumstances and business objectives. Cost structure. Fixed and variable costs that are incurred in making and delivering a product. For example, a business must factor in the production, shipping, and advertising costs when setting a price. Market demand. This is the consumer's ability and readiness to buy a commodity at different prices. If demand for a certain fancy gadget is high, then its prices will surely shoot. Competition. How much the competitors charge for their products and services and where they are positioned in the market. For example, a new smartphone brand might charge lower than established brands to get an edge over the competition. Consumer perception. Price value and fairness from the consumer's point of view. For example, luxury products usually keep their prices high simply to reflect exclusiveness and create a perception of high value. Regulatory and legal factors. Government regulations and rulings that impact pricing, including price controls and anti-dumping laws. For instance, it can limit price increases of essential goods during a crisis. Price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand captures the degree to which the demand for the product changes in response to a change in its price. It enables one to determine whether the product is price elastic or price inelastic. Elastic demand. A small price change is followed by a large change in the quantity demanded. The demand for such products, which have close substitutes or are non-essentials like air tickets, will be elastic in nature. Inelastic demand. Price changes have little effect on the quantity demanded. The demand for essential products with few substitutes, like insulin for diabetics, is usually inelastic. Price elasticity. Price elasticity is derived as the percentage change in quantity demanded on the percentage change in price. For instance, if there is a 10% increase in the price of a commodity and the quantity demanded decreases by 5%, it means that the price elasticity of demand would be minus 0.5, which represents inelastic demand. Psychological pricing techniques. These techniques have psychological key points that automatically change consumer perceptions to further compel them to make a purchase. Charm pricing. Setting prices just below a round number makes products seem less dear. Anchoring. Setting a reference price to make other prices look more appealing. For instance, putting a higher regular price beside the discounted price makes salient the savings. Bundling. Offering a bunch of products/services for a lower price than selling for a single product/service or separately. An instance is the meal deal in fast food centers, in which a burger, fries, and a drink are offered for a lower price than its combined individual prices. Odd-even pricing. Offering a price value in odd numbers and even numbers for prestige. High-end products could be quoted at $2,000 to portray them as a high-price products, and economical products would be priced at $19.99. Pricing in competitive and global markets. Pricing strategies under competitive and global markets address the challenges of managing varied environments. Pricing strategies for competitive market penetration pricing, starting at a low initial price to gain market share quickly in competitive markets. For example, a new streaming service could price its subscriptions at a lower rate compared to more established competitors to capture customers. Competitive parity pricing, the price-setting policy that emphasizes setting prices directly proportional to the competitor's pricing for the company to remain in the market domain. Global pricing, cost-based pricing, the policy that is used to make price adjustments on a country-to-country basis regarding the differences in production and distribution costs in the different countries. Changes in the prices can be made and emphasized to reflect local cost structure fluctuations in exchange rates. Market-based pricing, prices are determined in consideration of the conditions of the local market, that is, level of consumer purchasing power and competition. In this view, luxury brands will be highly priced in affluent markets while pegging a low price on their products in developing countries. Geographical pricing. The prices range from one geographical location to another. For example, a technology corporation will sell its gadgets at different prices in the US, Europe, and Asia, depending on the purchasing power, competition, and other costs of distribution. In summary, knowledge of pricing strategies and programs to ensure correct product prices about market conditions and consumer expectations and achievement of business goals. It is also important to learn the key pricing models, factors that influence pricing, price elasticity, psychological pricing techniques, and competitive and global market strategies to enable the creation of appropriate pricing strategies to ensure profitability and market positioning.